21 Morning News. It is Monday, May 26th. I'm the librarian that's about to scold you for your overdue books. And it is Miller time. It feels illegal to say that in Coors Light country, you know. But we're talking, of course, about the infamous Miller moth migration. It's underway in our state. Oh, gosh, we got one in here right now.
Yeah.
Typically, their migration season is between May and June.
They come out of everywhere, out of your vents, in the car. I hate the Miller moths. Also, when it rains, the Miller moths take shelter in cold, dark places, which means you can spot them also in your home, in the workplace.
No, that is a cold, dark place sometimes.
Yeah, but the good news is that these moths are harmless and generally in front range out here. They're here for about 3 weeks as they head up to the mountains.
Do they cause any damage, or are they just
No, they're just a nuisance. They just fly. They have no fear too. They'll fly right at you.
Okay, I like
Look
it.
at that.
You can have a little pet. You know what I mean?
You can see these. Yeah, they come out of your air vents in your car. They get in your homes. They are around traffic lights. You'll see the birds like dive bombing around traffic signals because the moths are attracted to the traffic lights, and the bird, they just come on and pick them out of the air.
So it's like a golden corral for birds.
It's insane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody hates them, but I say, you know what? Bring it around. Why not?
You're crazy.
Yeah.
No one likes the Miller moths.
Wait, Megan's stepping in.
Seriously, fist bump.
Fist bump from
I got dive bombed all weekend.
You did?
I did.
What does that say?
Yeah, all weekend. Crawling out of the vents, crawling out of the sink. Oh, it's gross.
God forbid I be killed for the burden of being small. Murder, murder, murder. That's what these two are preaching.
No.
All right. 7:13 on your Monday.
Colorado Springs went from number 3 to 406th in the best places to live in the U.S. rankings.
That's a huge drop. U.S. News judging 150 cities last year when Colorado Springs finished 3rd, and that list featured mainly metro and medium-sized cities.
Yeah, but this year, more towns are in the mix, and the factors used to make this year's choices did not lean in favor of Olympic City, USA.
Okay, part of the reason for the drop in rankings is crime. Colorado Springs is in the top 16% in nation for crime, including both property and violent crimes. Another is job opportunities and affordability. Some people consider the cost of essentials their biggest issue, specifically when it comes to housing. U.S. News and World Report says improving the job scene would help in affordability.
Well, Colorado Springs did finish 7th among 19 other Colorado cities, which made this list this year. Notably, we are ahead of Denver, Boulder, and Fort Collins. So that's great news.
Yeah.
We'll take that right there.
Yes. But dropping from 3rd to 406th?
It's a big deal. We're usually number 1 or number 2.
Yeah.
We were number 3 last year, and had that big drop this year.
Can I tell you, I was in Target over the weekend, eavesdropping as one does, and I heard a lady telling one of the workers of Target, like, we dropped, this is so significant.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Right?
It's a huge deal. People are talking about it. Okay.
Reporting in the Springs did finish 7th among 19 Colorado cities, which did make the list this year, beating out notably Denver, good.
Bye.
Boulder, good.
See ya.
And Fort Collins, good.
Haven't heard of him.
Take that. I'm telling you, man. I'm so sick and tired of their elite attitudes.
Okay.
And their disdain for the Springs. I'm sorry. The Springs is way better than any of those cities.
Certainly we have better views because I have been in Denver. And the mountains are so far in the distance, we get a little haze and they completely disappear on the horizon.
Yes.
Not happening around here.
Yes.
Is there any city that Denver, Fort Collins, Boulder, any one of those in particular you would like to throw, as the kids say, shade at?
Oh, I think I just did.
Okay, I didn't know if there was one that you hated more than the rest.
No, I don't hate them. Like they talk about us.
Yeah.
I still like those cities, but I think the Springs is a much better city.
They give off a more elite attitude, like they're buying their Patagonia brand new.
There you go.
Not us.
There you go.
Megan, not us.
I'm just sitting here and I'm so intrigued.
When you get too close to a moose, experts say you should back away slowly, stay quiet, and maybe get behind a tree if that's an option and let them pass. They say loud noises can startle or stress them out, which is another good reason to keep your pets on a leash.
There you go. Can you block me out? You need to get a lot further away.
I think I'm too close.
Yeah. All right. Right now it's pretty good news here, as Independence Pass will open much earlier than expected.
It's actually the iconic highway's earliest opening in 6 years, but a heads up, construction work is expected along the road this summer. CDOT says to check conditions before you head that way.
Gorgeous drive. cuts the time in half to get to Aspen, puts you right in the back end. You might not think there's a back end of Aspen, but there is. Right in there, man. It's beautiful. It's still gorgeous, but it's just the other side. You're coming in the back end. Beautiful, though.
Back into Aspen.
Get you right into downtown.
Can I tell you something about parks?
Yeah.
We needed more swings for adults. Because I like to go to my nearby park when it's dusk and not a lot of people are out, and I'll swing. I'll work through my feelings, my
You
thoughts.
like a nice swing ride.
I like a nice swing ride, and there's only two, and then there's those two that are like infant seats, which
Right.
babies can't appreciate.
No, they have no idea what's going on.
But I feel like sometimes if like kids approach, that I look weird. I'm not getting out of the swing, by the way. I'm just gonna look
There's
weird.
that creepy Julie hanging out at the park again.
She's over there working through her feelings on the swing set. All right, hey, construction on Greyhawk Park will gradually ramp up. The city expects it's going to continue into late fall. I'm just saying, give it a chance.
Well, when that's done, come up there that way and you can visit.
It seems like a long walk. I like to hot girl walk to my park. All right. 6:14, do you ever feel like you compete with your neighbors on how nice your yard looks? No, I don't.
well,
I don't get a yard.
Coming up on Fox 21 Morning News.
Duper.
Super duper.
Super duper.
Super duper.
Yeah, I'm giving Craig
USA
points for being a
wins
great
gold.
coworker. I said, Craig, you're getting all my points. You're super duper.
I win gold too.
We have a compliment system here at the station.
Thanks.
You're welcome. No problem. Cities have ordinances where you can't have an unruly yard.
Yep.
If somebody comes out and saying, I'm doing no mow May or let it bloom June or leave the leaves fall, whatever it is the city going to give them a citation?
Well, there's that, and there's if you have an HOA tattletale.
Yeah.
So the HOA tattletale comes and gets all mad because you have one weed in your yard for 3 days, or
Well, not me. My yard's tight. I keep it cut. I keep it just not. Everything is all accounted for.
Me
Well,
too.
there you go.
Pulled and pruned and
Perfect.
Nice.
trimmed and.
It's almost
All
as good
right.
as your hair.
It's,
Oh,
Yeah.
just
my lawn is like my hair.
Yeah. Always perfect. Anchorman lawns.
okay.